What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning after comic book day chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today here on this Thursday morning. Man, here we are. God, what is isn't it the 17th already? Is it 17th? 18th? Man, I don't know. Time just seems to be flying by. I mean, this year. Oh, sorry, guys. Got a tag problem here. Anyway, guys, things have been going crazy. With this year, we all know what's been going on. It's all been kind of crazy. It's all been kind of crazy. But I hope you're all having a very good day. Here we are, the day after New Comic Book Day, and we're going to talk about some comic books. But before I get into that, I wanna ask you all. Oh man, what's going on here? Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Here. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're good. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Now, yesterday was New Comic Book Day, and today I want to talk about some new comic books that came out yesterday. And, I got one other thing before we get into some of those comic books that came in that I want to talk about. And let me see here if I can find this on here. Probably not. Okay, yeah. All right. Either way, regardless, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Okay, one thing. Yesterday was New Comic Book Day, but I got something else in the mail yesterday. It wasn't only New Comic Book Day for regular comic books at your local comic book shop, but I did recently just get in. I backed a book recently, guys. Here, and this is Magic Cop Drop Dead Legs. This is being written by the guys over at Zaid Comics, a couple of brothers. I went ahead and picked this up. I initially wasn't going to, but I was like, what the heck? They were down to their last handful of copies I seen, on their Indiegogo, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it, and I'm going to do a review here on the channel for it. Now, I've got several other Indiegogo projects, just crowdfunded comics that I am going to be backing, that I have backed. I'm going to be doing some reviews on. Now, the thing is soon I'm going to be launching memberships here on the channel, and all of the people who become members are going to have some say-so in some of these things we back, whether it's regular comic books or even some of these Indiegogo projects, because I would like to read some more of these projects. There's a lot of great comic books being put out by indie comic creators over through crowdfunding campaigns like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and things like that. I do already have a few I've talked about with you guys here on the show that I'm going to be doing very soon. Just, it's kind of crazy been keeping up with all the regular comic books and then getting into these to review these, because these ones I'm probably going to do just some basic reviews here on the channel, and then once I launch the memberships, channel members will get some more in-depth reviews on these, just for supporting the channel. I'm going to go in a little more. We might actually even read some of the books together, and like I said, it'll be more of a deep dive into it. Now this this Magic Cop actually came with one of the little perks that they had with it. Was that they send out these little characters. I can't remember what these things are called, but you guys know what they are. Don't act like you don't know what they're called. The little, like, they're not pops, but they're little things, little cardboard things. You fold them up and you put them together. I don't know. Anyway, so that came with this also. It's one of the characters from the comic book, so I can't wait to get in and read this one. Should be a pretty good and interesting read. Like I said, the one thing that the one thing that really kept me from wanting to get this at the start was the art in it. Was the art. I'm like, I don't know about the art in this book, man. But then I was like, you know what? There's so many other indie comic books and everything that I read and I talk about here on the channel that I'm like, you know what? As long as the story is good, I'm willing to let go on the art a little bit. I'm willing to give a little bit of leeway there. So, because I was looking at the art in this, and I'm like, it's not the best art, but for all I know, maybe these guys have a really great story here with this comic book. Oh, sorry, just dropped the plastic. But these guys did put they're indie creators, so I'm willing to give them a little bit of leeway on that. This is their first comic book that they put together, so we're gonna review it and see how it is. And you guys know how I am here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll share my honest feelings with you 100%. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get here into the live chat, see who all we've got here this morning. It looks like we've got LB from the Lonely Banter. If you guys didn't check out Adam from Fanjecture's stream last night, man, we had a great time talking and debating some movies with you guys. If you haven't been over to Fanjexer's channel, you need to go check out his channel. I was just on his stream. He starts at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single morning. Isn't it 9? 9, because I'm 6. Yeah, 9. Because if it starts at 6 for me, it's 9 over there. So 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Monday through Friday. He does a live stream over there. Occasionally, he don't do the live streams, just like me over here, kind of switching things up sometimes. Just sometimes you have things come up. Guys, we're not professional YouTubers here, okay? We're guys with channels. We have families. We have lives and things like that, okay? So, you know, hey, sometimes things happen. Sometimes things come up. But yeah, started off the morning with Adam at Fanjector, and go subscribe to his channel. Yesterday we did Debate 8, and we were talking about the DC origin films, and you know what? I think the right movie won. Now, when it came down to the last two, I was voting a little bit with my feelings, but I'm okay with who ended up winning. Batman Begins ended up taking the night, but don't let me ruin the whole bracket. You need to go watch the show if you didn't get a chance to check it out. It was great. It was fun. Always a good time getting together on that show with my friend LB and arguing and debating our points. And of course, always fun being on Fanjexer's channel. It's a great show. The more people that are there, the merrier. It's just so much funner with more people there. So go check it out. So we got LB, Captain Pennsylvania, Wu-Tang Wells in the house, Steve Denton, thank you for being here, Maverick Pilgrim, Stories by Irish, Mike Porter, you are a wonderful man. I appreciate you, dude. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. Steve Denton in the house. Thank you so much for being here, my brother. Wookiee Supremacy in the building. Let's see. Who else we got? Maverick Pilgrim, the Spider-Man show. We got Harvey Mirrorless. Good morning. What's up? Great job at the debate last night. Thank you, Harvey. Yeah, and I think we won. Now, believe me when I say there's a whole lot of other points I could have probably brought up when we were talking about some of the stuff, but I don't want to trash some of these movies when I probably very well could. I mean, you know how it is, I'm sure. Okay, so let's see who else we got here, and thanks again for being here, Harvey. Wayne White is here, says fellers, freelance females, and all you fun nerds. Hello, how are you doing? They are actually paper action figures. Is that what they're called? Paper action figures? Are they PAFs? PAFs? Value just went from 10 to 2 there with that drop. I know. But they're not like it's like yeah, I know. It was. But I dropped it in the plastic. So it's all good. Like it didn't damage it kind of like yeah, I know. But you know what? One would easily, one could probably say when it comes to these Indiegogo books and stuff like that, what's the real value on them? You know what I mean? Because I don't think anybody's out there specking and kind of collecting these. Like, collectors obviously are. The people who like these books, these creators and things like that are, but I'm not sure that these things will ever have a high value on them, other than to the people who back them and read them and enjoy them. But that's just the same with regular comic books too, is it not? Paper dolls? Yeah, I don't know. Origami? I don't know what they're called. They call them something, but yeah, maybe just paper action figures. I've made Saturday the day that I pick up new comics for the week, and this week is going by so slow that my oh, dang it just jumped. This week's going by so slow now that my comic shop's back open. Nice. My sister had paper dolls. Okay, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg are indie creators. Yes, they are the indie creators. There we go. I just spit coffee through my nose and dropped the wheat and trying to roll. Maverick says, that was a costly joke for you, sir. Apologies. You guys are cracking me up today, man. You guys are cracking me up. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Watch out for those caffeine buggers. Yeah, right? I was about to say, don't you ruin it. I'm gonna watch it later. Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it. It was a good show. Never apologize for making someone laugh. Yeah, absolutely. Y'all remember when the wall was the only couple posters in the corner? Great job filling out the background. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, slowly get more. And guys, soon all of this is going to be going away anyway. Going to probably be moving some things around. This is probably going to become my son's room. I'm going to get it all decorated up. I'm probably going to start shooting videos out in the garage. And then I will also have, because the garage is like, you know, it's like my real safe space. It's not my man cave. That's the whole house. Notice the term man, right? Man. It's not subject to just a room in the house tucked away in the corner. I got my man cave. No, it's the house. This is my house. It's the castle. The king's castle. Of course, I have my queen and some princesses. Yeah, that's okay. Man cave. I'll show you a man cave. Ooh. Now that sounds a little too innuendo-ish. I'm not going there. Superior Hero Reviews, thank you for being here. JB from Discovery Bay, thank you for being here. Hi from Singapore, says JJW. Well, hello, thank you for being here. Spencer Elbin, thank you for being here. Jonathan Velasquez, where did you get coffee on the weed? If not, yeah, right? Yeah. If not, it's just laced with caffeine, man. It's just laced with caffeine. LB says, I ain't get a lot of points about the great movie Shazam. It's a great family film. It's a great superhero film for families. Not all of them are. They're not. Not all of them are great. You know, that great family fun. Because this one had the younger kids in there. It's great for younger audiences and families together. You know what I mean? It's great. It's fun. It's full of laughs. There's that whole childish aspect to it. You know, is that whole childlike aspect. That's good. That's fun. I'm sorry, LB. Not everything can be. I don't know. What do you like, man? What do you like? I've come to the. You know what? There's this other YouTuber out there. Yeah, I didn't say content creator. I said YouTuber. Out there. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to realize, LB, maybe you're starting to remind me of that guy. It's this guy I watch. I watch his channel. I'm not subscribed to his channel. I watch his videos occasionally. But I swear, this guy, he claims to be this fan of like movies, comic books, and oh man, one day I was watching a stream. He even claimed to be a fan of music, yet he didn't know shit about music. He didn't know the name of one musical artist. He didn't know the name of one song. And the same thing happens every single time I watch one of the streams. And he's talking about a movie he supposedly likes or a comic book he supposedly read, something he supposedly cares about, and I just hear him go on and on and on and on, and I'm like, I think you camping on YouTube, bruh. I don't think you like anything. Not you, LB. But this specific guy, you know who I'm talking about. I'm sure you do. You're reminding me of him. LB can't find the joy in anything. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't throw my full support behind Shazam. Me neither. Me neither. I can't throw my full support behind it. It is a great family film. It's fun. Here's why I never collected toy action figures. They should be played with. Absolutely. Okay, I got luck, no skills. I'll admit it. Oh man. Your son will take the room as it is. Yeah, I'm sure he would. You're taking down the comic posters to decorate for your son. Well, no, some of them will stay. Some of them will stay for his. But I'm taking some of these posters are coming with me. Dang it! Some of these posters are coming with me. Your safe space will Snowflake be there too? Yep. Bathroom is my safe place, right? The throne room. The throne room. You had me going on your Wonder Woman and Aquaman argument. I thought you were really about to push that garbage mermaid man movie on us. Glad you switched it up in the last 30 seconds. Yeah, no, man. Like both of those movies, like the one of them is obviously better. I mean, they're both like Aquaman is just it's a fun movie. It's a lot like kind of like mindless fun kind of movie. Where like Wonder Woman isn't that. You know, it's a different. I mean, they're both different types of movies. But yeah. Say it louder. You gonna take down the comic posters for your son and replace it with some fine art? Yes. Yes, some fine art. Probably, yeah, you're probably right. Probably some fine art from Boris Viejo and Julie Bell. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe we'll get some of that Soriyama as well. That like, maybe I need to have over easy mode come to my house and decorate for my son. I think that dude seems to know what the hell he's talking about. I've got a man cave. It's called my house. Yeah, exactly. Mark Strong, the kind of generic movie villain. Yeah, he is. He's like, I think he's a pretty good actor though. But yeah, I think that villain was pretty generic. Yeah, not potpourri in here. The cat is here. Big Lion Cat 646. Thank you for being here. Is this rant? Rant revenge for the NFL and Bears comments yesterday. I don't know who you were talking about. I do know who you are talking about. Second Street Marvel. That's what I like about it. Oh yeah. Every time your son interrupts you recording a video, you take a poster off his wall. That's what I should do. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's kind of like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Yeah, yeah. They were both bad movies. Aquaman is better. Ah, man. It depends on what aspects that we're talking about Aquaman being better. On some level, I might be able to agree with that, but for the most part, Wonder Woman's the better film. Neither of them really like great films. Um, None of them bad that I would complain about them though. Alois, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, fun. Yeah, both of them fun to watch. Yeah, they're both fun to watch. They had longer than 2 minutes. I would have broke things down. Oh, you could have done it, LB. Go speed talking. Aquaman was kind of gay. Oh, the bathroom is one of the most least safe spaces in the house. Are you kidding me? Have you ever tried to go in the bathroom while your lady's in there on oh, Wayne White? Okay, I used to work at McDonald's, and I used to have to go clean restrooms. So believe me, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. People say that men are disgusting, but believe me, I've cleaned women's restrooms. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ugh. Have you tried being in there when you have kids? Yes. And my kids aren't that bad. Aquaman is not better than Wonder Woman. Like, no way. Yeah, no. Yes, we have a son in only one bathroom. Hope the next wave of DC movies are better. I think they could be. I think they will be. I think they very much will be. Now, one thing I wanted to say, guys, is I've got a review. I just got it shot. I was trying like hell yesterday to get it shot. I'm just not happy with it, guys. I'm not always happy with all my comic book reviews. Some of them I just shoot and get up to have reviews for you guys anyway. But guys, I just got issue number 5 of the plot sent to me, the PDF from the writer Michael Morisi, and I got it read. I got it reviewed. It's going to be up on the channel. Issue number 5 of the plot hits local comic book shop shelves on July 1st. And I am telling you, this is an indie horror comic book that you need to be reading. There is volume 1 right now currently available for you to go buy on trade paperback of The Plot on Vault Comics, being written by Michael Morisi and Tim Daniel with art by Joshua Hickson. I am telling you, go read The Plot. If you haven't read The Plot and you like horror, go read The Plot. I'm telling you, just go buy it. And then on July 1st, go to your local comic book shop. That's in 2 weeks from yesterday. Go to your LCS and pick up issue number 5 of The Plot. It picks up and it gives us a backstory of everything. It gives us a history of Cape Augusta, Maine, where this story is taking place in 1974, but this flashes us back to 1674 and some of the things that started to happen when all of this was coming around. Great stuff, great stuff. I'm telling you, you got to read The Plot. It's good, dude. I love this book. The art really matches the tone of the story. The story is great. Everything going on is really good. I would guess you could say the tagline for this series is, in order to receive, first you must give. Great stuff, I'm telling you. You got to check it out. Great horror series. If you like horror, you got to check it out. Now, the next thing I want to get into here is talking about this new indie comic book publisher called AWA. Captain Pennsylvania says, okay, here we go. Sorry. I need 6 days to talk about how bad Wonder Woman is. Only a few hours with Aquaman. Hans from Frozen as a villain. Yeah. Iris says, my little fingers poking under the door. Kids yelling, Mom! So-and-so won't do this. Yeah. As if you can teleport from the bathroom to them. Yeah. Well, I tell them, don't make me come out there and poop on you. Fandom is about to change everything for DC. I don't know. It could. Sounds like something cool. Yeah, lock the door. Yeah. You have a door that locks on the bathroom? Lucky, right? Anyone submitting fan art for DC Fandom should share it here. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, I'm not sure what all they're doing. I didn't read a whole lot of that stuff. I'm not huge into DC, but as I've talked about here on the channel, I'm going to start giving more of my money to them because for some reason, they seem to want to give us comic books. Crazy, right? Any a comic book publisher wanting to give us comic books? Imagine that. Damn straight, I'm not having them walking in the shower. Well, the plot definitely has issues. By then, at least 5 issues. Yes. Right now, it's got 4 of them. It's got 4 issues. I'll show you. Because I just got finished shooting the video for these. I'll show you the 4 covers for the plot, and I do it in the video too. But there's issue number 1. There's issue number 2. Issue number 3. And then issue number 4. And the art that is here on these covers is the same art you see in the book, man. I'm telling you, Joshua Hickson knocking it out of the park on this series. Just great stuff. Now, okay, as I was saying, AWA Upshot is a new up and coming indie comic book publisher. They just launched in, I want to say, the middle to end of February, right before the pandemic hit the world. Now this company, I'm not sure who all is involved in it. It may say in here, but one of the head guys over there is Axel Alonso. He was the editor-in-chief over at Marvel Comics for years. Some would arguably say that it was the years when Marvel started to kind of take a decline, because I think it was from 2011 to 2017 that he was in Marvel Comics, the editor-in-chief. So, like I said, some people would probably say is during some of the worst years of Marvel Comics. But I will be honest with you when I say that, like, some of those era comics is what got me back into reading comic books again as well. So say what you will, but he also worked for DC as well, being an editor at DC. He also was a journalist for some time, so he kind of knows, what's going on. So they launched this new comic studio called AWA. That's Artists, Writers, and Artisans, and they're putting out these books called AWA Upshot. These books, and they kicked off with J. Michael Straczynski's The Resistance. This book tells about a world. They're going into a post-apocalyptic type of world. They are basically creating a whole new universe, a shared universe with the writers and creators that they're doing over here at AWA Upshot, which is nothing new. I mean, that's what Marvel did. That's what DC did. That's what Valiant Comics did. A whole lot of publishers come out kind of doing this if they're wanting to do a superhero or build these kind of worlds. That's kind of what they do, right? But not all comic publishers do that. Boom Studios, I don't know that they really have like a shared universe. I mean, they got Power Rangers, they got Firefly, they got Buffy, they got some of those things. You got Image Comics where, I don't know, make some of those individual series might have a world that they're building, but like here, they are, they kind of created a free range where people can create these comic books within these stories and tell these stories within this world, this shared universe that they're building together. So we see here that in this first one, it's J. Michael Straczynski with Mike Deodato Jr. on art and Frank Martin doing the colors on here. Sal Cipriano lettering. Raza is the cover artist. And basically what's happening in this book was there was basically a virus that spread throughout the globe, and it affected millions of people. Millions of people died. Millions of people had got affected by this virus, obviously, but it lies dormant in their genes. It doesn't really affect them, while there is also a small section of them that began to develop superpowers. And that's kind of what got the governments of the world scrambling to figure out what to do about this, as they don't have enough research to do anything viable. They have no viable solutions to keeping people from dying, let alone to keep an eye on the people who are turning into heroes. And we can see that they had the world on lockdown during this time while this virus was spreading. And what happened is people began rioting and looting. Now, I was talking a little bit about this yesterday as well. This kind of universe they're building here, and like I said, in this book, The Resistance, we see all these the governments coming together trying to figure out these the solutions for it, and we see that they do have superheroes. In issue number 2 of The Resistance, it kicks it up a notch as we start to see the heroes that are part of the resistance and what they're doing and what their mission and what their aim is in issue number 2. Very good stuff, man. Very good series being written by J. Michael Straczynski. This is the book that kicked off this whole universe for AWA Upshot. Now, another one that came out at the same time was this one right here, Archangel 8, issue number 1 of 5. The other one, The Resistance, is a 6-issue miniseries. Archangel 8 is a 5-issue series being written by Michael Morisi. Now, you guys just heard me talking about Michael Morisi. He is one of the writers of The Plot. He's a very good writer. Definitely, I would say he caught fire last year with a lot of his books that he's writing, and this year it looks like he's carrying that on here. Where here in Archangel 8, what we're seeing is this is kind of like it almost reminds me of like maybe I would say maybe like Goodfellas meets X-Men or something. Maybe Goodfellas meets the X-Men. As we see, there's this hero going around. He's hunting down this guy, this kind of leader of this cartel. And we don't get a whole lot of it yet, but we get introduced to these couple of characters going through and doing some of this stuff. I'll show you some of the art in this book. It's just great stuff, man. I'm telling you, at AWA Upshot, they're doing a good job with the art in these books, the writing. They've got the right writers. Very cool stuff going on in this one as well. Issue number 2 of Archangel 8 kind of took it up to the next level after issue number 1. But here, let me show you this right here. Look at that, man. That's beautiful, is it not? Beautiful. And again, this is one of those ones like it's good. Like I said, I mean, imagine like a Punisher story that's like maybe got some some superhero elements in there along with some mafioso type of stuff. Good stuff, man. I'm telling you, Michael Morisi is a great writer. Now, the other one that, oh man, I think it was on the back of that one. Maybe I should show you guys. The one that I didn't get was called Red Border. I didn't get that first issue. I should probably go back and get that one because it was a good one as well. Just at the time we're getting a lot of comic books out, and so I didn't end up pulling it. Now the other one, one of the other titles that launched at the same time is this one right here. This is Hotel. This is a 4-issue horror anthology series being written by John Lees. Now, I was talking about John Lees the other day because he is writing Mountainhead over on IDW Comics, and that book is absolutely bonkers. This one, 4 issues, it kind of reminds me of that movie 4 Rooms, but a horror series, and not by 4 directors, by 1 director, right? And they got the right one here. I'm telling you, John Lees is great. He's great. Now, this takes place in the Pierrot Courts Hotel, located on the historic Route 66. And all the people that end up coming here to this hotel, they're all running from something. But it seems like these are all tales of karma and the things that the bad things that these people are doing. And in this story, in issue number 2, we get introduced to a couple that are there checking in, but they end up crossing paths with the same character that we met here in issue number 1. And issue number 2 was great. I'm telling you, issue number 1 was crazy. We got a pregnant girl that checked in, and she was having these really crazy nightmares and about her ex. Her ex was abusive, and so she ended up leaving him, and she was going to obviously keep the kid from her husband or from her ex. Well, all kinds of crazy stuff ends up happening in the in Hotel. Bonkers, man. I'm telling you. Bonkers crazy stuff. you gotta read it. And then issue number 2 of Hotel was just like, I'm telling you, it just ratcheted it up just a little bit more with the horror because the guy who checks in here, I want to show you some of this art here. He starts to go he basically chops his wife up into bits and dumps her in this little river, and it's freaking fantabulous. I'm not gonna show you everything in this book. But I just gotta show. I'm gonna show you this one panel. If you don't like horror stuff, don't look. Shy away. But look at that, dude. Look at that. I tell you, dude, this book is great. This book is great. John Lee's great writer. This book gives me the creeps. It reminds me of Ice Cream Man in that same way. Kind of like I read it and kind of like, I feel a little creeped out here, man. I got the willies. What the hell did Willie do to anybody anyway that made him so? He got his own saying, the willies. He gives me the willies. He must have been one creepy dude. Now another one. This didn't release at the same time. Now, as I was saying, Red Border was the fourth title that launched with all those other titles. Now, the other one that just recently launched, I want to say was it right before? I think this was the last week before all the shutdowns started to happen. But this one was Year Zero, being written by Benjamin Percy. Guys, if you don't know who Benjamin Percy is, you're probably not reading X-Force or the Wolverine series over on Marvel Comics. He is a good writer. I think he's been coming up over the last few years that I know of. The artist is Ramon Rosanas, and colorist is Lee Lowridge. Now, Lee Lowridge also did the coloring for in the book Hotel as well. So they're kind of keeping a lot of these artists together and working together, because I know Sal Cipriano, the letterer, has lettered I think all of these books that I've noticed so far as well. So they're kind of keeping all these artists together. Now, Year Zero tells us this story about this archaeologist. She's going out there. Wouldn't that be an archaeologist, like Indiana Jones? She's going out there and she finds this caveman, this frozen caveman here, right? And well, what happens is it turns out that he's a lawyer, and once he unfreezes, he becomes the I'm kidding. No, but what happens is this kind of releases this disease, or this pandemic, I guess you could say, releases across the world. Now, the one thing I haven't figured out is if what's going on in Year Zero, if this what she's dealing with here, if what she's dealing with here is the same thing that was affecting the world in the Resistance. That I don't know. For some reason, I just have a little bit of a feeling it's not. But through the course of this story, we get introduced to 4 different characters going through the world as this pandemic starts to take hold and to affect the world. We see them going through their normal everyday lives, and then next thing you know, everybody is just like dead, dying, killing themselves. Crazy stuff going on here in this book. Like I said, Year Zero. There's only one issue of Year Zero out right now. Good stuff, man. Like I said, over at AWA Upshot, they are building this world, this new world, in which to tell these stories in. And so far, I'm telling you, I like it. The writers they've got are doing a good job. The artists they've got are doing a good job telling these stories. Everything about these is really good. Now, and that's something I like. You know, they're building their own world. And then when you're a new comic book publisher, you're building this shared universe, you get to do whatever you want to in this world. And you don't have these set established rules, these classic historic characters that people will be upset if you do different things with. You get to set the tone for your whole universe, and that is what I like here. And everything going on in these stories is exactly that. They're telling good stories, introducing us good characters in a real world type setting. I like it. I like what's going on here. Now, if you don't have all the money to go and buy all of these comic books, they are actually doing. I'm telling you, they're making a push to try to make it big. They've been releasing these as well. These collected editions. These are Upshot now. Now, this is the issue number 0. This one was $10, but this is a collected edition that has these different titles in here for you to read. That has previews for these books right here, but you actually get to read all of these books right here: The Resistance, Archangel 8, and Red Border. These 3 right here, they have all of these stories in here. So, and samples from the rest. But the thing is they're just black and white. They're on newsprint, so it's not like the fanciest, but this one was $10. They have the other ones that have released since then, like AWA Upshot now, which this one is the same thing. It's got The Resistance, Hotel, Archangel 8, and Red Border. $5. Yeah, right now. $5. $5 right there. $5. You get 4 books in here, like a trade paperback. It's in black and white. $5, newsprint. You can't beat that. And I gotta tell you, these stories actually still tell pretty well in these black and whites. That was the number 1. I don't have number 2. I seen it at the shop. I need to pick up. But then here, the issue number 3 of the Upshot now is out as well. And this one right here has previews. It has full issues of Year Zero number 2, The Resistance number 3, Archangel 8 number 3, and Hotel issue number 3. And it's got previews of Red Border number 3 and Grendel and KY number 1, or Kai number 1. You can see those names right there. It's got all those in there. $5. You can't beat it. You can't gripe about it. You can't say, I can't afford comic books. I can't afford to read all these. $5. You're getting 4 comic books right there. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. And then here we got the Upshot Now issue, the number 4 issue, and this has Devil's Highway, another one of these new books coming out by Benjamin Percy and Brent Schoonover. So yeah, this is another one. This one has full issues of Old Haunts number 2, which Old Haunts is one of the ones that I think it's probably in the number 2 issue of the Upshot Nows, but it's there on that cover. But it's got Old Haunts number 2, Year Zero number 3, The Resistance number 4, and previews of Archangel number 8, Archangel 8 number 4, Red Border number 4, Hotel number 4, and a very special preview of American Ronin number 1. So we can see, like, they are unfolding a world before our eyes, and they've got quite a handful of issues that they're coming out with here. They're kind of building this world. Now, I will be reviewing those here on this channel. That's what you guys come to this channel for comic book reviews, for the latest comic reviews, for the latest indie comic book reviews. I'm going to be reading and reviewing these books. I like what they're doing over there. You guys know how much I've been loving my indies. You can look forward to seeing more of these reviews dropping here on the channel for the AWA Upshot titles. But I want to know from you. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about AWA Upshot? Have you heard of any of these titles? And do any of these titles sound interesting to you? I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's go ahead and get right back into the live chats and see what you all are saying. Okay, and I'm sorry if you feel I've been ignoring the chat. I mean, I gotta nerd out, man. I gotta make these interesting, because if people are gonna go back and watch them, you know, gotta keep it interesting, you know, instead of sitting there like, man, you're talking to the crowd. I'm not even, it's like, this is not interactive for me, bro, because, like, I'm watching on the replay, so you're not, like, talking to me, bro. Okay, here we go. Wayne White says, AWA Upshot's Year Zero is good. Yes, it is good. It is good. Could Fandom announce Man of Steel 2? I honestly don't think that they're going to do a Man of Steel 2. And I don't think they would release it this soon. I don't know that they would. Of course, if it would be smart of them to build up hype for it. But the Ludocrats from Image is really good. If you don't already know, Kieran Gillen writes it. Kieran Gillen, good writer. I've heard mixed reviews about the Ludocrats. I've heard mixed reviews about it. It wasn't anything that sounded interesting to me, so I didn't pick it up. But yeah. Captain Pennsylvania says Boom does those. Boom does. Which one? No. Cap, the ones I was just showing you, Cap, are AWA Upshot. Boom does title. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Boom does titles like Firefly, Buffy. God, who else I got? I got Firefly, Buffy. What else is there? I know there's more. Angel, is that what it's called? Angel, something like that. They do the Power Rangers. They do Once and Future. They do the Folklords. They put out a lot of good titles. Boom Studios does. Those covers are sick for the plot. They are. Does DC have any new JSA? JSA. I don't know that they do. Because if they did, isn't Hawkman one of the founding members of the JSA? I just found that out. I don't hate every movie. I just expect more if I'm going to spend 2 hours of my lonely life watching film. You got a lonely life. You ain't doing nothing anyway, LB. Get your tub of ice cream and watch away. You already told me you eat them generic strawberry sickle things, so you might as well just grab that cheap ass big old gallon bucket of vanilla ice cream and just eat out of it, man. Aquaman legit made me mad, dog. I actually like JSA better than JLA, believe it or not. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The superheroes who are immune to the virus thing is interesting. It's not that they were immune to the virus. They actually were affected by the virus and it made them into superheroes. Like, that was the reaction. It's almost like the Terrigen Mists to the Inhumans, if you feel me. The Resistance cover look like you can cuddle with it. Yeah. LB, you hate every movie other than Gump, and I'll respect it. I thought you just hated most movies and had bad taste, but you can't have bad taste if you enjoy Gump. That's funny. If you give art an F, it become a fart. Coincidence? I think not. All right. Oh man, sorry. I'll do better. No, that was good. That was good. Matt spends his days eating popsicles for jokes on those sticks. What's the one with Abe Lincoln being a dictator again? It was called The Man Who Effed Up Time. The Man Who Effed Up Time. And Franjecture, Adam, if you want to read those, when the full series comes out, let me know. I'll send them to you and you can read them. I'm not sure that it's one that I'm going to keep and hang on to. I don't think it's a collector's edition or anything, but I'll send them to you. You can check them out and read them. So you don't have to spend any money on them. But I mean, if you want to go read them, that's okay as well. I'm not going to say no. But I'll send them to you. Check them out. Again, it's not my favorite comic book, but it's one that's kind of, I want to see where it ends at this point. Good material and a frozen treat win-win. Jenner checks. Snow Dub Music and Entertainment is here, my brother. I was talking about you yesterday, man. I was talking about you yesterday because I was reading, I picked up Death to the Army of Darkness, and they've got the female Ash in there. Adam, don't shame us for living life, right? Yeah, don't be shaming us, Adam. You stoner shamer. Banjextra, I think you meant Smommer. Smommer? Year Zero was really good, I thought. Yeah, Year Zero was good. I thought it was pretty good. Like, I only hate that it was 4 stories and it just all kind of tied together. I'm like, when I get to the end, I'm like, oh, man, I want more. I want more, because those characters, like, they were interesting, everything that was going on there. More jealousy than anything else, so right. Adam, anytime you're in the Northeast, just let me know, brother. We'll solve the jealousy. There you go. There you go. Hey, anytime you're in SoCal, let me know too, man. Let me know. Let me know. I burned one with you, Fanjector. I'm afraid it would probably put you in a coma. Yeah. That's probably true. Like, this ain't like it's not one hit or quitter stuff, but man, like, yeah, what, like, yeah. Yeah, especially by the time I sprinkle some of them moon rocks on the top of it. Anyway. I may look like I have no history, but that would be the furthest from the truth. No, Adam, you don't look like you have no history. You're bald, bro. I know what that comes from. Let's fire it up. You're gonna get me singing now. I come to this channel to listen to you, not for comic books. Well, you're listening to me talk about comic books. Goddamn bunch of dragons. This show isn't very interactive, bro. Not a fan. I'm sorry, man. I'm just listening while multitasking. Nice. This channel needs more diversity for me to love it. Well, believe me, LB, you'll be back on it soon enough. I want to help boost your signal, because I'm feeling a little guilty right now. I mean, I know you're a bigger channel than me, but I know my privilege means that I need to do what I can to help boost your signal. I gotta go at 11 a.m. Trinity. Stream starts at that time. No problem, man. No problem. All good. I'm getting ready to end here in a minute anyway. I'll try to stand for your LB. Oh, that's why you had me on your HP. Oh yeah, on the Harry Potter movie rating, huh, LB? Right? No ice cream slander. Oh, Harvey says, what got you interested in comic books? Which one was your first? Okay, now, Harvey, to answer that, interested in comic books, like, I was a kid. I was, a kid. My father read comic books. He was into comic books. He read comic books. My mom was saying, man, if you had some of the comic books that he had when he was in the military, oh man, it probably worth some money. Because I have a copy of Incredible Hulk 181. Yeah, I do. it's in like the worst condition because I had it when I was a child too. But I mean, aside from that, like when I was a kid, I really liked reading The Web of Spider-Man. I also have some Peter Porker, the Spectacular Peter Porker. Comic books. I got some Captain America ones, some Hulk, some Thor, a little bit of everything. Most of them I think were my father's. You know, like some of the newer ones were mine, like with the Web of Spider-Man, the Peter Porkers and stuff like that. But that's what it was, kind of an early interest when I was a kid. I mean, you know, I grew up in the time with you know, like we were talking about yesterday, Christopher Reeve's Superman, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, man, like great films. I grew up with great horror films like those Cronenberg classics. Like we had The Fly, you know, you got Scanners out there. God, what was that? What was that other one I always loved? Videodrome. Videodrome, just like great horror films, you know. But like that's what it was. Now, which one was my first? I don't know as far as when I was a child, but I will say that as an adult, when I, you know, just a couple of years ago when I went back to the comic shop, I went out looking like I didn't know where to start, so I went for Spider-Man. I just started at the Amazing Nick Spencer's current run of the Amazing Spider-Man at issue number 1. I actually bought issue number 4, read it, liked it, went back and picked up issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, and continued on. And then the other thing that I looked into was Captain America, Steve Rogers' Captain America to be more specific, which was being written by Nick Spencer as well, or was written by Nick Spencer. And what interested me in this was the fact that everybody was mad about Hydra Cap. And that's what got me into it, because everybody was upset. I'm like, what's this whole Hydra Cap thing anyway? I want to learn more about it. So I went to the local comic book shop and I picked up Nick Spencer's Steve Rogers' Captain America, and I read it, and I learned, you know, and I went back and researched a little bit more, and back to read a little bit more about that. I didn't go back too far. But it was the whole Hydra Cap thing that kind of got me back into comic books. And you know, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I read it and I'm kind of like, I kind of like it, because to me this is like, it's like Captain America's character, what he does, kind of doing what he does. He took over Hydra by, you know, just by his, like the principles of who he is and how he is. He ended up taking over and becoming the supreme leader of Hydra. I know a lot of people don't like that, but everything that happened, everything revolving around it made sense to me, and I liked it. But I get how somebody out there wouldn't like it. People who were easily triggered and just seen it and was like, oh, the hell with this, he wouldn't do that. But to me, the core of his character is what that story was about, and it took over. And Steve Rogers, like, it's like, I don't know. That's what got me into it. Yeah. I'm about to fill up the kiddie pool and sit in it. There you go. On LB Stream, yeah. I was the only one on the stream that had read the books. Ooh, yeah. French vanilla, butter pecan, chocolate deluxe, even caramel sundaes is getting touched and scooped up in my ice cream truck. In my ice cream truck. Woo wears it up. Woo tears it up. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. LB and Adam had to keep reminding me, this is just the movies, not the books. Yeah, I remember that one. That's a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I've read the books. Nice. Can't wait till Trin reads the woo lyrics and gets confused on screen till he reads this. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know those were lyrics. I never really listened to a whole lot of the Wu-Tang Clan. Never really, like, a lot of the, like, when I was growing up, I never really listened to them, and a lot of the people that I hung out with never really listened to them. I need to get into their music, though, because, I mean, obviously they're good. I mean, they wouldn't still be around and have as many albums and have the following that they do. And I have heard some of their music and stuff and enjoyed it, but I just never something I got into, you know, and listened to a whole lot of. Because nobody I knew had the CDs when I was growing up, and, you know, was like that into them like that. Although I wish there had been, so then I didn't have to listen to that Southern Calistic Funkadelic music, whatever them 2 guys came out with. What was his name? Andrew 2000. And what was the other guy's name? Chimichanga? I don't know. Well, check out LB's stream. I had to make my list on the fly because I forgot. Yeah. No, you're good. It was a good show. Trinity's smoking moon rocks. I'd pay money to see that. Yeah, man. Moon rocks, dude. Oh yeah, dude. I'm telling you what. You have no clue, man. You have no clue, Wook. But I mean, that's not what these streams are all about, man. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do some of those streams one of these days, Book. Maybe you'll have to come on the stream. When Trinity reads a chat but doesn't get, I'm talking about his stream starting at 11. Oh, oh, you were talking. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah, okay, I got you now. I got you now. But didn't mine start? Oh, okay, yeah, it was, yeah. The hours thing got me right there. I am Two Skills. Thank you for being here. I'm always joking at the Wizarding World fan among a bunch of Star Wars fans. Yeah, yep. Went right over his head. Seems like an unfair phrase for you bald people. I know, right? Like, oh man, when you're bald, it's easier for things to slide over your head. Yeah, it is. It is. My best friend had the Hulk comic with Wolvie's first appearance, but didn't know what he had and destroyed that thing. At least he let me touch it. Cap. I love you, bro. But the past couple days you've come in with some very homoerotic comments, man. That kind of, I'm sitting there like, Cap, bro. Like, I'm all cool with that. Hey, you do you. I'm just saying. At least he let me. I just said that. Sorry, man. Sorry. Anyway, nah, yeah. I've got the 181 too. That was like his actual first appearance. He was mentioned in 180, but yeah. Jesus, Cap. Will's out here throwing shade. Well, shine, I guess. There's only one Captain America. No need to explain which one. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's not, because there was Hydra Cap and regular Cap. I had Bring on the Bad Guys when I was little, and read it to death. Bring on the Bad Guys. I don't know if I've read that. Gotta jump. All right, take it easy, Maverick. Have a good day, man. That's awesome. Appreciate you sharing your channels. Renewed my interest in comics. Okay, awesome, man. I appreciate that. You know what? And guys, that's something I would like you to. You know what? I need you guys to do that if you could. If there's anybody out there, I need to ask you guys to do this for me, please, as viewers. And I'm going to start putting this in some of my videos. Please, if you like a comic book that I'm talking about and I've convinced you to go out to the comic book shop and read it and pick it up, please get on Twitter, get on Instagram, and post pictures of it, you know, whatever, and just say, hey, I picked up this comic book recently that Trinity over at the 2nd Street Marvel was talking about, and I love it, or whatever it is. And, you know, let them know even if you didn't like it. But I told you, whatever it is, please, that would greatly help. Especially when I'm, trying to reach out to some of the creators and everything for books to review. I recently got a couple of other new books in PDF form to review as well. These things like this help, because if people, like, I seen a post, somebody's like, hey, who wants to read this comic book that writes for a publication or wants to review it, has a review channel, does these kinds of things. And while it's all good for me to be like, hey, I want to review it, some people may look at it and be like, dude, who are you? You're just a guy with a YouTube channel. You're not bringing me people to, like, are you bringing me people? How do I know? Why would I send my book to you? You're just a dude with a YouTube channel. Anybody can do that. But anybody can write articles for a publication as well. The thing is, however, is it brings some credibility to me online, where people, a writer might be like, oh, hey, yeah, like, I remember I got tagged in this post with this guy who reviewed my book and he got people into it. To me, the more people that do that, the better it looks for people when I reach out to people to want to review them and stuff like that. I mean, I know it sounds stupid and it sounds cheesy and all that stuff, but you guys could help me with that and saying like, hey man, this guy influenced me to go read this comic book. It really does help. Not only that with these people, but on so many other levels as well, guys. And I do greatly appreciate anybody who goes out there and does that, and any of you guys who come and watch these videos and support the channel. Just asking for just a little bit more, just a little bit. I would greatly appreciate it, guys. It really does help with things like that. And I'm sure anybody out there who has a channel or anything like that really probably understands this. I would greatly appreciate that. And guys, I appreciate you guys being here and watching the videos and hanging out with me anyway. Always a good time with you guys. I love Steve-O Rogers. Yeah, me too. Me too, Wayne White. How could you not like Steve-O? I like it. I was excited to see the Hydra Cap. Me too. I know, right? Listen to 36 Chambers front to back. I will. I'll do that. You're welcome. You don't have a choice to listen to Wu-Tang if you lived in the Northeast. Oh yeah. I'm sure. Well, just be like, well, because I grew up in the Midwest. Okay, so I was kind of in the middle of everything. But I was definitely more around the West Coast stuff myself. Plus, I mean, we're on that side of the Mississippi, right? RZA is a genius. They should have been way more popular back in the 90s. Yeah, they should have. Hot 97 ended then after Ghostface went off at Summer Jam. Oh, all right. Ended. Okay. Smoking in the trailer park. Hell yeah, right back in. John Schnepp got me back into comics when I used to watch his show. He gave a ton of weekly recommendations that I checked out. It wasn't until he died that I found your show that I felt that again. Well, thank you, Adam. God damn, man. Like, stuff like that means a lot that I could even replace somebody like John Schnepp. I never even watched the show, but I mean, he's kind of one of those notorious guys out there, you know what I mean? And that's all I want to do is just share the things that I enjoy, you know? That's why I'm not really into that whole stuff where you go to the channels and somebody says they like something and they continuously beat it up and you're kind of like, do you really enjoy this? Or are you just saying it? And I'm not saying you're just looking for views. I mean, everybody does that on YouTube. You're looking for clicks and views, but yeah. Thank you, man. Man, that's some strong words right there, man. I got you, Trinity. I'll post some books I grabbed on your word on Insta later. Yeah. I mean, that'd be great. I mean, and look, you don't have to go crazy with it, but like, if there's ever any of those things, guys, it really does help. I mean, just a little bit of credibility, you know what I mean? And you know, I actually one of the other things I'm gonna start doing is I want to reach out to Josh over at the Den of Nerds because they're getting ready to launch the site. I think I'm gonna actually start writing some comic book reviews too, just like maybe writing like little reviews so they can post on their site, so they can post on the site as well. And if anybody asks, I can be like, well, I've got my channel that I do and I also contribute to this. But I also seen somebody else shared something with me recently about a publication that's out there looking for other people in these kinds of fields as well. So I may look into that as well. Just contribute some little things out there. Who knows? I mean, it might bring a little credibility, a little notoriety or whatever. I mean, a little more attention. I mean, that's all I want. Like, I'm not trying to be some big, huge journalist or anything here on YouTube. If you guys go back and watch my RMB video from the other week, man, there's people still pissed off about that. There's a guy over there called me a liar. I'm like, a liar? I'm not the true Hollywood story, bro. Like, I'm shit. Like, everything in this video is opinions. Opinions can't be lies. Opinions can be misled because maybe you heard lies and were influenced by lies, but opinions aren't lies. Opinions are opinions. It's funny. It's funny. Oh, man. Bring on the Bad Guys is a Marvel 1 of 4. Look it up. I love that. Okay, I'll check that out. Let's start the Rotten Tomatoes of comic book reviewers. Right? That'd be good. I'm going to buy that Black Widow comic you always talk about. Maybe one day you'll get those ladies we shall not name on the Trailer Park Live. Ooh, LB, careful. Yeah, I actually want to reach out to them and see if I can get them on the show one of these days to talk. But I'm not really an interviewer. I don't know what to do. Like, all it would be is me fanboying and kissing their butts and being like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of what it's all about anyway? If I'm going to bring them onto the channel and talk about their stuff, is to kind of talk about how much I love their stuff and how much you need to be reading it too. It is a great comic book though. It's only $15.99. Origin stories of Doctor Doom, Mephisto, Green Goblin, and Red Skull. Okay, nice. You know, pick up the plot, read them. Them shits at work, dude. I'm telling you, the plot is good. You may not be able to find the single issues because it's been a popular series. You probably have to get the trade paperback. But pay attention for my review coming up. Captain Pennsylvania, I'll hit you up on Instagram later this afternoon. Nice. Wu-Tang Forever should have been on the disc. Wu-Tang Forever? Nice. Yeah, you should have, but I guess you got to make that money. Yeah, right. Forever wasn't the best. Okay. It'll be true. Rather leave 36 Chambers on repeat. Okay, I'll check it out. Justin Simone, what is up, my brother? Made it a little bit late, man. We're getting ready to end, but you can always go back and rewatch the replay. Forever had some dope tracks. Yeah, I'll have to check those out. So like every other junket interview. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But really, that's what it's all about. When you like somebody's work, what do? You bring them on and you talk. You want to talk about the things you like and the things you enjoy, and those things. People seeing your joy and things of those things is what gets other people into it because they see your passion and they see the creators sitting there like kind of come to life and talk about their stuff. But if you go watch Young Rip of 5'9's interview that he did on For Canon's Sake with the Saska sisters, like you get to see how awesome they are, how enjoyable, how adorable, just how everything they are. They're awesome. They're great people. And I think that's really the point of those things anyway, because you want to build them up and you want other people to get into their stuff. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much like every other one. Liquid Swords was one of the best in my opinion. Oh, okay. $15.99. Lord, I need a live stream to get someone to buy it for me. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Or you could always just hit a brother up and send him your address, LB. You could always just hit a brother up. No, man, you can you can talk to them. I'm sure they would love that. Oh yeah, they would. They would happily come on. I know they would. I know they would. It's just for me. I want to find a format that would work and that would work good. Have at least some sort of a format. Cash rules everything around me. Absolutely. God damn it, Slash is here. OP Slash in the house. What is up? Better late than never. Yeah, absolutely. Iron Maiden and Cuban Links are better. Better than what? I must have missed something here. All right. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today's video, guys. Like I said, I wanted to kind of show you guys some of those things, man. Those Upshot Now titles that are coming out. Because very good stuff, man. AWA Upshot been doing a good job with their titles, and like I said at the beginning of the show, in case you guys weren't here, I did just get a copy of Magic Cop in from Zaid Comics. This is Drop Dead Legs. This is their first copy, or their first comic book that the Diaz brothers ever did. I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna review it. This is a book that was launched. It's an indie comic creator. They launched it through Indiegogo. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are. They do associate themselves with Comics Gate. So I know there's people out there that might not like that, but guys, I review comic books here on the channel. I don't care what comic books they are. That's what I do here. That's what you're here for. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. But if you don't like it, that's just weird. I'm just talking about comic books. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel, where we love to review and talk about comic books. And we hope to see you in the next video. Later.